This video will show you how quick and easy it is to create an application using Persistate. I'm starting here at the point just after Persistate has been installed. Here we have Visual Studio running, showing the Persistate definition file for a very simple application to track members of a club and their subscriptions. As you can see, it's fairly easy to understand. There are some words with special meanings such as distinctive, discriminative, or associated, but these mean pretty much what they say. The Angling Club has many members, several membership types, and a group of 3 operations. Each membership type has a name and a subscription amount. Each member has a forename, surname, email address, an associated membership type, and a subscription status which can be either not paid, paid, or waived. Each email content has a subject and a body. Now let's create an application from this file. You start the Persistate Generator add-in from the Tools menu. And immediately we get an error. This is because we have yet to create a root database for the Persistate domain, so we do that now. I'll just copy in some details in here that I prepared earlier. That's the connection string for the database. Name for the database, I'm using SQL Server 2005, and let's call it Fish Heaven is the name for the domain. Create. Now Persistate is creating all the tables and other database objects in the root database for the Fish Heaven domain. Once it's done, up pops the generator window. I'll just resize it. On the right here, this is showing the development environment where we have no product packages as yet. Let's create one for the Angling Club. To do that, I select Create Package and we complete the dialog. There's only one database we can use. We do it in C#. We'll stick with the system style. We want to create a user interface. And we want to import the definition file we saw earlier. There it is. Now I'm going to create this new solution. In there. Now we see Persistate creating the solution called Angling Club, and it contains 4 projects. A controller project which will contain all your business logic, the desktop project which contains the user interface, the model project which contains all the classes which contain the data, and a startup project which will start up the application in standalone mode. You will note that all appropriate references have been added to these projects for both the Persistate DLLs and within the Angling Club solution itself. The solution is still pretty empty, but what we can do now is to create a default application from just the definition file. To do that, I select the process definitions from the right-click menu. I'll click the box to create all the model classes in the model project, all the operation classes in the controller project. I'll generate default layouts, and I'll generate the desktop user interface classes in the desktop project. I shall also update the one database that we have. Click OK. We get a confirmation dialog. I click yes, and now Persistate is creating all the files, source files, tables in the database, and there is it done. Now we can just run the application. The first thing we get is this connection dialog. You can always switch this off by unclicking this box. For now we'll just connect. And here we have the generated application. We can see in the Angling Club we've got the member collection and the member types collection. We've also got the action menu, which is a group of 3 operations that we saw in the angling club. Let's create some membership types. We've got a standard type for 20 quid. We've got a pro membership for 50 quid. And let's have a concession membership for £10. And click Save. Now let's look at members. Because members was defined as a collection of many objects, we get a lookup. This lookup form has one text box for every nominative, discriminative or distinctive field in the member class. We can see the new membership types that we've just entered. Say if we wanted to find all members with a pro membership type, we would just do that. Of course, there's none there, so let's create a new one. So we get the new member form, and let's just fill it in. And Alan's a pro, and he hasn't paid. So there we are. If we now go back to members and search for all, we get Alan. If we search just for standard, we don't get him. If we search for pro, then we do. And we can show him like that. So there we have it. An application created in a few minutes from a half-page English definition file. In the next video, I'll write the 3 operations in the action menu.